Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Gillian Berry, and this video is gonna be awesome because I am doing a Q&A video answering all your questions. So I'm so excited for this. You guys have so many great questions. You guys know I'm a 5-year raw vegan, so there's lots of questions based around that. Let's get right into it. Give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you don't already. The Water Prophet asks, how long does it take to see positive aspects with regards to transitioning to the raw vegan diet? It's actually pretty quick. For me, I felt incredible by the afternoon of the first day. Even by the end of the first day, I felt so good. I was laughing more and I literally just felt like a new person. I felt like this is crazy. This is how I'm meant to feel. It was just the most life-changing experience of my entire life. I do feel like if people have to quit some habits like smoking or drinking or coffee or anything like that, it might take them a little bit more time to get those positive aspects. It might take up to a month or something like that. But for me, I felt incredible because I'd already given up those things a little bit prior to transitioning. Christy asks, do you think that a raw diet can also help with anxiety and depression? This can help so much with anxiety and depression. That was one of the biggest things I noticed when I transitioned to the raw vegan diet was like my depression and anxiety were completely gone. And then my vibration was just raised so much higher. I was feeling so incredible. I was attracting so much more money. My life just got like so incredible within like the first year of the raw vegan diet. That being said, I feel like it's not something that will sort of shield you from like ever feeling depression and anxiety though, but I feel like it does sort of help you so much in how you handle things when they do come into your life. I have had a really challenging last couple of years, which a lot of you guys know if you watch my channel, with going through a divorce and a lot of other things happening with a short period of time. So I have through that time experienced some depression pop up and some really hard moments. And I think part of that reason is too because when you eat a diet so clean, you're not running away to things. Typically when you're raw vegan, you're not running away and drinking a bottle of wine, and you're not like running away from things by eating sugar or things like that, or smoking and things like that. So you're really facing things. Then at the end of the day, you feel so much better, and it's just for me so much more positive. And overall, the depression and anxiety is drastically less eating the raw living food. So it's hard to feel like, unless you're going through some traumas or hard times, it's hard to feel depressed and feel anxiety when you're just eating so much food that's alive and incredible and amazing. Mindy asks, what is the small blender you use for the ranch dressing, and how can I purchase the multivitamin you talk about? I'm so excited for this. The small blender I use, I actually lost it recently. It's so amazing. I will put it on the screen and I will link it down below. It is actually the Try Best blender. It's small, compact, easy to use for like simple recipes. And the multivitamin, these are my absolute favorite. So these are by Complement. And these are an all-in-one vitamin for vegans or raw vegans. And there's so many different nutrients you need to think about when you're living this lifestyle. It's not only B12 you need to think about proper levels of things like iodine, zinc, magnesium, selenium. They compact everything here into one multivitamin, which I love. So you're not taking a bunch of different things. I've been taking these for a year. I absolutely love them. So I approached the company and asked if they could give my subscribers a discount, and they have. So it is Save with Gillian if you buy anything on their website, including these amazing supplements. So I will link that down below for you guys as well. Kizart asks, how much fat can you eat without feeling symptoms? I can never eat any without my sinuses being triggered. That's very interesting. When I first transitioned, I ate a high-fat diet. I was eating a lot of walnuts, a lot of avocados, and I just felt so incredible. Now I feel like I can't consume as many, or I will feel tired and bogged down, and maybe a little bit of sinus congestion, not too much though. I would say probably if I were to eat 2 avocados in one day, that would be too much fat. I would say maximum 1 would be enough. I mean, I still feel great. Sometimes I eat super high-fat salad dressings, and I still feel really good. So I don't know. I'm sorry you're experiencing that though. Peace Angel 1111 asks, are your children influenced by your eating habits? Do you think they may possibly go raw vegan? Has going raw amplified your psychic intuition? What is next on your journey regarding your work? Where would you like to take things ideally? So I love this question. You guys know my children are not raw vegan. They're not vegan. And I do hope one day that they become raw when they're maybe teenagers or into their adulthood. I would absolutely love that. And I do believe that my eating habits absolutely do influence them. And I also like to give them some freedom and not restrict them too much, because I do not want to give them issues around food. And it's really hard in this world we live in where there's birthday parties with cakes and all these different things. And I feel like the more I'm like, no, this is bad, it just makes things 10 times worse. I am still navigating that, but I do hope one day they see how amazing I feel, how energized I feel, the passion I put into this channel, what I'm able to create. and just how amazing it's worked for me, and I hope that does truly rub off on them. And I feel like leaving all these videos behind as a legacy will maybe inspire them one day too. How has going raw amplified my psychic intuition? And this viewer said that they know Marcus Rothkrantz has experienced this. I know my friend Shane Sterling has experienced this. I know a lot of people have experienced this, and I would like to say that it has, I would like to say a little bit. I feel like I am a bit more psychic. I don't know what example to give here, but I did do a Wordle the other day from the New York Times. I don't know if you guys play that game, but I got the word on the first try, and then I did the next one. I got it on the second try. The second try, I'm like, what is going on? I definitely do feel, it could have been coincidence. I definitely do feel much more connected to myself, connected to God. And I guess I would say more in tune internally on what path to take next and things like that. But it definitely hasn't given me complete psychic abilities. I wish it would. That would be pretty awesome. Terrence says, the transformation seems daunting a little bit for me, but deep down I really want to go raw vegan. Any tips on how to get over the mental barrier? I feel like so many people can relate to this question. This is such a great question, Terrence. I feel like what I would recommend is just decide for 30 days I'm going to stick to the raw vegan diet and find whichever path for you would work best on that 30 days, whether it be start with more raw gourmet food, even if you have to go into the raw pizzas and cheesecakes, things like that, or whether it be eating super clean right from the start, which is what I did. And I feel like just realize mentally that all the other foods on the planet, all the other cooked foods you love or whatever foods you may love are not going anywhere, and they are gonna be there when you are done. And just commit to that 30 days, and I feel like you'll definitely experience results. I recently did a 30-day raw vegan challenge with one of my friends, and she decided to commit to 30 days. She's a vegan now, and she did raw vegan, and she experienced huge results. It has totally changed her life. I'm not sure if that video is on my channel now. If it is, I will link it down below, and if not, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss that, because it's a good one. Carol says, I would love to hear your opinion on the celery juice in the morning trend made famous by the medical medium. This is actually a trend I have never tried. I do know a few people who have tried this, and my friend Eli Martyr at the Free Melon Society, he did try this. He didn't notice huge results. I can't speak for it because I haven't tried it. I think I did try just a plain celery juice once, and I didn't love it, so I think that's why I haven't got into it. But I do love my green juice. I think it has so many benefits, and I'm sure the celery juice trend has so many benefits for the body as well. Tiffany says, what was your experience as a raw vegan pregnant? And also, are overnight oats considered raw, and a raw vegan hummus recipe? So you know what, I've never made a raw vegan hummus recipe. Sorry about that, I don't have a recipe as of now, but I do plan on that in the future. Overnight oats considered raw? I actually don't know, I've never worked with oats, but I do not believe so. If somebody knows, then comment down below. And what was my experience as a raw vegan pregnant? It was absolutely incredible. I've talked about that a lot on my channel before. I felt so amazing. I did still experience morning sickness in the beginning though, which surprised me, but overall I felt absolutely fantastic on the pregnancy. I do think if you're gonna do the raw vegan diet pregnant or breastfeeding, you have to really be careful, and you have to really make sure that you have all nutrient bases covered, which I talk about in a lot of my videos, because as they're growing baby, it's just so many different things they need, so you just have to be careful. So check out other videos I have on that on my channel. Just be careful, make sure you're getting all the nutrients, check your blood work, do the supplements, and just take the path that's right for you during those exciting times. Someone asks, what do you experience emotionally, spiritually, and physically on cleanses and when you were transitioning? And how long until a change was noticed? So like I said before, a change was noticed very quickly when I transitioned to the raw vegan diet. And when I do cleanses, whether it be a juice cleanse or a mono fruit cleanse, I notice a change very quickly. By the end of the first day, I feel more spiritual, more connected, and overall just on the raw vegan diet or cleanses, I notice amazing spiritual connectedness, which is one of the main reasons why I do cleanses and part of the reason I do the raw vegan diet. I feel so much more in tune with God, so much more connected. I feel like I can hear God talking to me so much better as well. I feel like when I did my juice cleanse, it was next level. I would hear a song come on the radio at the perfect time, and I would just know like I'm meant to hear that, and synchronicities and things like that as well. Someone asks how to make a raw food transition easy when you have a job and a family, and unique raw food snack ideas for on the go. So I think it's very important that you always have snacks on the go on this lifestyle, because otherwise you might be tempted to hit up a drive-thru or something like that. In my car, I always have apples, walnuts, always go prepared. Even if you're going to a party, make sure you have snacks, bring snacks. I transitioned to the raw vegan diet when my family wasn't raw, and my family still isn't raw or vegan, and I'm almost 6 years in, and if I can do it, any of you guys can do it. I run this channel full time, and I also work in real estate as well. And I am always go, 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 and I make it work. So if I can do it, any of you guys can absolutely do it. And there's many tips and tricks. So I have a video on how to be raw when your family isn't. If it's on my channel yet, I will post it down below. If not, it'll be upcoming. I have filmed it, and it's really, really great. Meal prep is a great thing, planning ahead of time, finding meals that you are absolutely in love with and excited to eat. So when you're preparing your family's meals, you're not tempted to eat their meals. And I don't know, there's just so many different things you can do. I feel like starting the day with like green juice and juices, just keeping your vibe, keeping you on track and less tempted to like go for their foods really works as well. But check out that video. That video will answer all your questions too. The next question says, do you think the raw vegan diet is right for everyone? I've heard of people going vegan for a few years or so, but just not feeling like it was right for them. At the end of the day, the way I want to answer this question is I want to say I think everybody has to take the path that's right for them. I don't think it's right for everyone because I think a lot of people believe it's not right for them. So I think what you believe is important for you. And I think also you really have to try things for yourself. Before I was raw vegan, I tried many different diets. I even tried the blood type O diet, which was like a heavy meat diet. My friends would come over and I would be like, here's your dinner. And it was just like a big plate of prime rib. And I would be like, this is what's gonna work. And I did not feel good. I did not thrive. I tried so many different lifestyles. And then I came upon this and I realized this is meant to be. This is how I'm meant to feel. I've never felt so incredible. I finally feel like myself and my life changed ever since then. And I would never take it back or go back. Emily asks, how much money do you spend on food on average? So I don't know exactly, but I do spend a lot of money on food. And I do not feel bad about that at all. It's one thing when I'm buying food and the grocery bill is high at the checkout, I do not feel guilty, because I know that is such a great investment in me, and it's also healthy, and it just leads to me living my best life, and it's just amazing. So I literally don't feel bad about it, but I don't know exactly how much. We'll work on calculating that and letting you guys know for future videos. But I do it on a budget sometimes as well. I have a great video how to do it on $50 a week, and it just has so many amazing tips and tricks, which I will link below. Somebody else asked, would love to know if enemas or colonics are good to do during a juice fast, and at what stage we should do them. So I think enemas or colonics are great to do during a juice fast. What I would personally do would be a colonic maybe around day 3 or 4 when things have really loosened up and you're 3 or 4 days in. I think that would be super effective. And then maybe depending how long your juice fast is going to be, do one once a week or once every 2 weeks and then stop. I personally believe, just from a lot of research over the last 6 months or so and talking to a lot of people and interviewing certain people and hearing some stories, that I think too many enemas or colonics can really disturb the gut microbiome, and it flushes out the gut microbiome, and I think it can lead to some problems. So I do think they're great for cleansing. I did a great cleanse with enemas about 2 or 3 years ago. I forget when exactly it was, but I got out so many parasites. It was just crazy, and the enemas really helped with that. Without the enemas, I wouldn't have even known that I had that problem. I think there's a time and a place for them, and for cleansing, they're great, but I just think for long-term use, there's something people really want to be cautious and careful about. That's my viewpoint now. Andrada asks, what is your job and how do you survive? Great question. I know I myself have wondered that about other YouTubers as well. After I graduated university in 2005 for marketing, which isn't something I would do now, I would probably take nutrition now if it was myself back then. But anyway, I always knew I wanted to do real estate, so I went into real estate from there, working for others. And then I got my license, I went on my own, and I've still done that to this day. That being said, it is definitely not my purpose, my calling, and my passion at all. It is very easy for me though, and I generally deal with people, and it's very generally positive, but my heart is absolutely not in it. My heart is in this channel. This feels like I know this is just my passion, my purpose. It puts me in alignment with who I am. And there's nothing I love more than adding value through these videos and helping people. And I hear every day how this channel helps people, and I love nothing more than that. So it is just my favorite thing to do. And in the future, I just plan on expanding this channel and just expanding ways that I can add value more and transitioning completely out of real estate. So that is exciting. I'm excited about that. Tina Schmidt, who I love, she asked, what are your goals as a raw foodie? So I guess my goals, it's a great question. I think it's very important to have goals too. I saw someone who said once, I forget if it was Jim Rohn or Bob Proctor or something, somebody said, show me your goals and I'll show you where you're gonna be in 5 years. And people who don't have goals, they say it's pretty easy to see where you're gonna be. So I think goals are super important. As far as my raw vegan goals, I feel so amazing. I just know that I always wanna stay on track with this lifestyle, and my goals are just to always just change with how I'm feeling, see what nutrients I need, and just see how I can feel better and better. So right now I'm intermittent fasting, and that is working absolutely amazing for me. And I just feel like as a raw vegan, my goals are also also to discover more amazing recipes and just share everything with you guys on my channel and just keep thriving and growing and feeling incredible. And my goal is also to stay on track. I've done that pretty good through some hard times over the last year or two. I'm really proud of myself, because in the past I might have been super tempted to just go back to the other side, start drinking, eating pizza, and all that stuff again. So I've been pretty good with reaching my goals. If you guys have some goals as well around health or wellness, I would love to hear them down below too. Okay, so somebody asked, I would love to know more about your skin and hair care. Do you use sunscreen? You know what? I have a great Moroccan method shampoo that I've grown to love recently. It's all natural, so I will link that down below. I think it's amazing. As far as sunscreen goes, I do not wear sunscreen, but I live in Toronto, Canada, and it is just becoming into spring right now. So usually I'm outside for a couple hours with my kids every day. So by the time it gets hot into summer, I've had enough exposure that it's gradual and I don't need the sunscreen. That being said, if I were to go to a place like Costa Rica in the middle of my Canadian winter and I had no sun on me, then when I got there, I would wear sunscreen to get the base. Otherwise, I would just get fried, and I don't think that's healthy at all. Craig has a great question. Well, he says, bowel movements sound gross, but I think it needs to be talked about. I guess you're right. You are right, Craig, and nothing is gross to me or off limits, and I think it does need to be talked about. And I just want to say, as a raw vegan, my bowel movements have changed for the better, for the positive. They are incredible. They are so healthy. That was the #1 problem I had before going raw vegan. I had major digestive issues. So I had a lot of diarrhea. I did not have super frequent bowel movements like I had now. So I was very clogged up. And when you're very clogged up and you're not having a lot of bowel movements, I would get very grumpy, and there's a huge connection between your gut and your brain. So I just was a huge mess, and I had a lot of problems, but at the end of the day, it was a blessing because it led me just to the other end of polarity and to being a super healthy person. I feel like if you're somebody out there who's maybe experiencing some hard times or some health problems, just try and remember maybe this is a blessing and it's leading you to somewhere that's just magnificent and amazing, because that's what it's done for me. But my bowel movements were a mess. I actually never had formed proper bowel movements when I was experiencing all these health problems before going raw. And then when I went raw, my bowel movements totally fixed up. Like, everything became perfect. Memory says, what is the best way to clean dirty dozen fruits like apples? This is a great question. And you know what, you guys, I'm not all organic. I try to be as organic as possible, but I think it's just sometimes difficult. I think it is super ideal though, but I'm not always organic. My friend Eli, who is a fruitarian, I reached out to him, you guys probably know him from the Free Melon Society, and asked him what the best way he thought would be, because he's the expert with the fruits, and I know he knows a lot about this. He said the best way is to grab some aluminum-free baking soda and add it to a bowl full of water. Then you let the fruit soak for about 15 minutes or so, rinse well, and then eat. So there you go. I do hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope it's added some value to your day. If it has, give it a big thumbs up. If you guys have any more questions about the lifestyle or me or anything, comment them down below. I'm happy to answer them for you guys. Subscribe if you don't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.